Welcome to Art Break with the Cape Breton University Art Gallery. In this episode of our series on painting, we'll be talking about palettes, selecting and mixing colors for your composition. When we think of the word palette, we may think of the board on which the painter mixes colors, but in fact, the word also refers to the selection of colors that the painter uses. In this 1906 oil-on-canvas painting of water lilies, Claude Monet emphasizes a cool palette of blues, greens, which then shift in a subtle way to purple, yellow, and pink. The range of colors available to artists is considerable, allowing painters many options with respect to the kind of palette they wish to create. In this painting from the Cape Breton University Art Gallery collection, Jacques Urtubis emphasizes intense and powerful colors that visually arrest the viewer. The palette stands in stark contrast to the more earthy and somber colors selected by Brian Geary in his painting Constellation, also from the CBU Art Gallery collection. An essential part of building a palette is understanding the process of mixing colors. Here in this demonstration, we begin with two colors, cadmium red and cobalt blue. Blending the two together produces purple. Increasing the admixture of cadmium red yields a warmer color closer to magenta. Adding more cobalt blue yields a deeper purple, or violet. Shading is created with the addition of black, in this case lamp black, which has been added to the cadmium red. The addition of white, in this case titanium white, is used to create what is referred to as a tint. Of the limited colors we have in this palette, we can take a blend of cadmium red with titanium white, which in turn produces pink. The addition of yellow can be used to create a flesh tone. In this case, Naples yellow is being used. When added to our pink, will lighten and warm the color considerably. Let's now look more comprehensively at a palette being used for a work in progress. At first glance, this painting may appear to have a very broad palette, but in fact the range of colors being used for this painting are quite limited. The palette includes ochre, burnt sienna, Van Dyke brown from two different manufacturers, one slightly darker than the other, Naples yellow, cadmium red, cadmium yellow, Indian yellow, vermilion, cobalt blue, Prussian blue, and finally green earth or terra verde. For tinting, titanium white is used, and for shading, lamp black. Turning back to the painting in progress, we can see that the first layers of paint consist of thin applications of ochre to create light and mid-range yellows. These are then overlaid with thin applications of Van Dyke brown and burnt sienna to create light modulations in the painted sky. Layers of Van Dyke brown tinted with titanium white and shaded in some areas with lamp black at the final appearance of darkened clouds against a blue sky. Thin applications of cobalt and Prussian blue over the ochre underpainting generate subtle modulations of hue in the sky. Light tinting and shading with titanium white and lamp black add to the modulation and subtle blending of color into the clouds. Indian yellow and admixtures of cadmium red and yellow create the orange bill markings of the puffin, while touches of vermilion and burnt sienna add modulation and shadow. Lamp black and Van Dyke brown create textural variances in the dark feathers of the puffin, while touches of Naples yellow and Van Dyke brown add three-dimensional modeling to the white areas of the face and body. We hope you've enjoyed this second episode of our painting series, and will join us again next time on Art Break with the CBU Art Gallery.